Morning. Um, I watched a video this morning by Matthew Berman, one of the YouTuber on programming, IT, AI, and all that. and and that video kind of triggered me, not triggered in a bad way, just triggered me in general. Uh, because he shared a discussion between like a more like a podcast between Linus, which is one of the not one but the one who created Linux and his host. And basically, one of the I don't really want to comment the whole thing, but one thing that the host keep repeating over and over is that AI is just an auto completion tools. And he said it in a way like it's a bad thing. Hmm, I don't know whether it's bad or not, but I'm just saying that if it's a tool and if it's good and you can use it, stop labeling all these things. It doesn't really help, and just use it so that makes your life better, makes your work faster, and you have time for yourself, right? So I have been doing this project and been using AI kind of like entirely, or almost all the time. So I just want to show one section of what I'm doing today on this video, just to share that whatever your label AI is, whether it's auto completion tools or overhype, whatever it is what it is right now. It can help you doing your task faster, and because of that, stop thinking negatively, use it, and make your life easier. Well, you have to learn it first. All right, so let me show it. So basically, yesterday um, I added. I'm doing something with workflow engine. So one of the things is to handle, when you query, when you approve, blah blah blah. So I don't want to get into that. So yesterday, I was doing with it. I just prompting it to handle query. So today I'm just going to show one more something similar, which is actually I did approve also yesterday. So I'm just going to do reject today, right? So I'm just going to like copy this. I like to save my prompt so that I can reuse it, with a different scenario. So let's work on this. I want to handle a scenario when officer reject the application submitted form. Okay, so upon writing up the reject detail, the form will capture the query input form. Sorry, form will capture it in the reject input form. The submission data payload should be as follows. Blah blah blah. It's going to be similar. So I'm just going to do a note here. So the endpoint will be submission and reject. To update okay, we need to update the submission status. Need to update upon API call. Note this is very similar. So because we already did approve and query, so I'm just going to like let the AI know that it's going to be very similar and approve. Uh, work, workflow step processing. Okay, whatever lah. It doesn't matter what your wording is, as long as the AI can understand. So basically, this is going to be the body payload. So we need to store the message in submission queries. No, we don't need. Oh yeah, we need to do it the same. Submission query table, and it is and uses ID to link to the new submission record row with blah blah blah. Okay, so it's going to be the same lah. But the status would be this one should be rejected. This is not the query message. This is the reject message. Okay, so whatever this is, and then so the status should be rejected. The time now get submission step. Okay, don't think this is going to be a problem. Assign to ID. I think this one already asked to assign back to the applicant, so it should be fine. Origin ID is the user origin ID and user ID, and form data ID should be the created submission query ID from the previous step, which is this one. One event point, the TO service method, and a repo method. Okay, so this is going to be similar, right? So the first thing we'll do is going to add the related file. So definitely If you notice from my previous video, I always use my cursor rule file, and then need to add the stuff. So definitely the mm, services, application services, services, application repo, and then we will need the controller as well. So application controller. Okay. So this is application service, application controller. Need. What else should we be needing? Workflow service maybe. Okay. Okay. Workflow service, workflow repo, workflow repo. Don't we need the model? Oh, we need the model for application. Model and DTO, right? Application DTO as well. Okay. You add all this file first into Ada. Right. So what you can do is, so right now you're probably just wondering whether you should uh, trust AI to do this one kind of like a big job for you at this point, whether it's going to work or not. So that's the case. What you can do is just tell it, say, please plan, just plan first. The implementation strategy uh, to do this, and don't change any file yet. So just asking, just go and plan first. And if you read the plan that the AI submitted to you, and you're confident with that plan, then you can ask to execute. So basically, what this guy is saying, that's going to add DTO, reject submission to the DTO in the DTO, and then it will add new method, blah 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 in the service, is fine. And then okay, the interface method, which is practically the same thing. No repo methods needed, as we can reuse existing method. Well, what can you reuse? Oh, right, you're submitting to submission status anyway, so you don't need anything else. Add a new reject submission method in the submission controller. Okay, sounds good. So detailed plan, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with this plan. So let's just execute it. All right, so it will need the application DTO, application service, application repo. So they added controller. So they added. You need to add all this file into the chat so that it will know what has been done before, and it will also know that this is the file that you're going to affect the changes. Yeah, okay, all right. I'm satisfied. Satisfied. Okay, don't need to bagi your opinion lah. Just say, all right, please proceed. Proceed with the changes directly into the related file. That's it. Here we go. Right, so now it's doing its thing. We'll go through the changes in a bit after it's done affecting changes to the file. This file is getting too big. I need to refactor it. But again, I can use AI to do that. Right, so you can see the edit submission rejected there. So now affecting the controllers. The changes will be, there's a new, that one is the previous approved submission, now it's adding reject submission. Good thing about using AI is, you can always have them do all this thing in one go, and then look back at all the edit files and probably ask it to refactor it, make it more modular. So, and another good thing is you don't actually have to do anything. It's the AI is actually doing it. Right, okay, so let's look at it. So we need to look at the controllers, the service, That's pretty much it. So controllers, we had the create submission yesterday and approve submission yesterday, also using AI. Now we have reject submission. Uh, Very similar, following exactly the structure of yesterday. I'm happy. Right, so this one is going to reject submission sync with actually this interface. Let me just look for it. Where is it? Okay, so there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay, so unit of number to go find the next step. Okay, you don't really need next step if it's actually rejected, but anyway. Unit ref number, this is assigned to. Assigned to should be going back to get applicant ID. Oh, right. So it's going back to the user because it's rejected. Okay, so assign to ID back to applicant. So get applicant ID. That's correct. Reject the origin, which is coming from the DTO. Okay. All right, that's good. Create a query, meaning the new submission query. This is the message that we got from the body payload. Yep, this is good. Submission query, blah blah blah. So when they create the notification message so that we can send user notification afterward when this is actually completed. Submission rejected, blah blah blah. Okay, this is good. So done. So the kind of thing that will probably take me or took me 1 hour plus to actually think about it, plan and code and debug, test. I mean, I haven't tested it, so we can't really compare apple to apple and say, this is exactly done. It's not. I need to actually do the test. Actually, ask the AI to create the test and ask the AI to actually run the test. But you can see the productivity there. I only took what 5 minutes to have this prompt ready, and then run through the plan that AI created for me. The plan earlier, and then if I'm okay with the plan, I ask to execute. So it would take it probably just take took us like 5 minutes now for things that I usually took probably 1.5 hours to complete for this one task. So whether AI is an auto completion tools or not, it to me it doesn't really matter. I can use it. It helps me, you know. So that's all that matter. Okay, I hope you get the message across. So I'll see you again in the next video. Peace.